something I've learned along the way. A lot of times as entrepreneurs, we create what we think our audience should need, should want. And I've made the mistake many times before creating a lead magnet or a product where I'm like, this is exactly what my audience needs, only to find out they don't think they need that. And no matter how amazing it is, if they don't think they need it, it isn't going to be profitable or successful. And so with this course, we want to make sure that it's everything the teacher needs and wants. And so we're going to them with all the content. I started off by creating a general outline of what I thought each module would be about. And then I created a series of questions for each module. For instance, one of the modules about teaching math in a whole group setting, your whole class. And so we went to my groups, still use them every day. And I said, what's your biggest problem with teaching math whole group? How much time do you have to teach math whole group? What resources do you use when you teach math whole group? What's your favorite part of whole group? What's your least favorite part about whole group? And their answers create the story for you. When you read the answers, you're like, oh, well, that's because you're not doing it this way. Let me write a lesson about that. Oh, I can solve that. I'll write a lesson about that. It helps you to not forget where they are, because sometimes when you've been teaching about something or when you've been successful with something for so long, you forget that your audience is still on ground zero. You might be way up at ground, 10 floors up. And if you don't go all the way down to ground zero, you lose them. And so when I ask my teachers these questions, it reminds me like, oh, wait, didn't you read the blog post I wrote about that 3 years ago? No, they didn't. And so it reminded me of all the lessons I needed to teach. It gave me great ideas for bonuses and extra supporting documents that we're going to include in the course. And so when it comes out, they're going to see the answers to all of the problems they were telling me about in the Facebook groups. And that's how I know it's going to be the perfect course for them.
I love that. And that's something that I think is so applicable to any point of the entrepreneurial journey. Like, I think I know just because I do this myself, like you get tied up in trying to kind of be prescriptive with what you're trying to give people rather than just understanding what they actually want.
Oh, I had a true problem with this in my early years. I thought that teachers only wanted to learn from someone who had like a PhD. And so I tried to sound like someone who had a PhD. It's not at all what my audience wanted when I started to be me, which is somebody who can be sarcastic and somebody who's kind of goofy. And in my course, I show up with a pink graduation gown and I do funny things. My audience liked that. They were sick and tired of a bunch of people with PhDs talking down to them. They wanted to hear from someone like the teacher next door to give them the hints and the tips. I was trying to be somebody that I wasn't because I thought that's what people would want. But people really just want you. The people who are going to buy from you want you. And the people who aren't going to buy from you, they'll be so happy that you didn't try to fake them into buying from you.
Yeah. I mean, I think what that comes down to is authenticity. I mean, in a single word, like that is something that I think has been like, you see this in every successful creator that I bring onto the show. Like there is an authentic nature to what they're doing. Like I'm yet to see someone who tries to be something they're not. At least within this industry,
and be successful with it. Yeah.
Yeah.